Good day everyone, my name is Nedun Aitirano, BSBA2 from Marketing Management, and I discuss to you from the chapter 1 to 9 of Basic Microeconomics. The topic from the chapter 1 is the resource utilization and economics. Let's start about the topic of scarcity. What is scarcity? Scarcity is the basic central problem of economic confronting of every man in the society. Sa madaling salita, kapag sinabing scarcity, ito daw ay nabubuo sa pagitan ng limited resources and unlimited ones. The next is factor of production. The factor of production is land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. This is the factor of production. So kapag nagkulang man alin sa apat dito, hindi sila makakagawa. Isa-isahin natin ang kalagahan ng bawat isa. Simulan natin sa land. Kailangan natin ng lugar para pagpatayuan ng pagawaan. Second is labor. Kailangan natin na magtatrabaho para makagawa ng mga products. Next is capital. Kailangan natin ng puhunan upang makapagsimula. And the last but not the least is entrepreneurship. Kailangan natin ng isang tao na mag-organize, mag-manage at mag-iisip ng mga pwedeng maging problema upang maiwasan. Nag-iisip din ng mga bagong idea or bagong products para maging successful ang business. The next is the circular flow model. Ang circular flow model ay binubuo ito ng apat, ang household, product market, business, and resource market. For example, kapag ako ay may kailangang bilhin from household, pupunta ako sa product market para makabili ng kailangan ko. At kapag nabenta naman yung product ng isang business na display sa product market, na may product market, kikita ang resource market na magiging revenue ng producer or production. At kapag ako naman ang nagbenta, for example, nagbenta ako ng peanut butter from household, ibibenta ko yun sa resource market para maibenta sa business. At ang business naman ang magdi-display sa product market. At kapag nabenta yung product sa product market, matatawag yung consumption. At yung business na nag-display sa product market ay magkakaroon ng revenue. At ibabawas naman ito ng business sa product cost na ibinili niya sa resource market. At kapag ako naman pag nabenta naman ang product na nabenta sa resource market, magkakaroon ako ng income. The next is concept of opportunity cost. The next is the concept of opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? It refers to forgotten the value of the next alternative. For example, gusto kong bumili pero meron na akong 20 pesos. Ang aking pagpipilian lang ay Coke or cupcake. Ang price ng 20 pieces of Coke is 20 pesos at ang price naman ng cupcake is 10 pesos. Kung bibili ako ng isang Coke, katumbas na yon ng dalawang cupcake. At doon pumapasok ang concept ng opportunity cost. Mas marami akong mabibili na cupcake compare sa Coke na isa lang. The next is basic decision problem. There have four: consumption, production, distribution, and growth over time. Consumption. Kapag sinabing consumption, ito ay tumutukoy sa paggamit ng isang product, kaya isa sa nagiging basic decision problem dahil sa sobra-sobra nating paggamit ng isang product samantalang limited lang ang production. Ang production ay isa sa basic economic problem dahil hindi kaya suportahan ng nagagawa ng product kaya lumalaki ang bilang ng population. Dahil sa lumalaking bilang ng population sa isang lugar, lalo na kung walang proper allocation. The next is distribution. Kaya isa ang distribution sa basic economic problem dahil limited ang production at unlimited naman ang consumption at doon dahilan kung bakit hindi napupunan ng pangangailangan ng mga bawat lugar. The last is growth over time. The last of basic economic problem. Kaya ito ang pinakahuli dahil dito rin nagsimula yung pinakauna. Dahil kung ito pa rin ay patuloy na lalaki ang populasyon, lahat ng basic economic problem katulad ng consumption, production, and distribution ay mas lalong mararanasan pagdating ng panahon. Microeconomics and macroeconomics. The two branches of economics is macroeconomics and microeconomics. Kapag sinabing macroeconomics is known as the national income analysis. At kapag microeconomics naman ay isang pag-aaral sa bawat isa sa business na economic activity. Let's proceed to the chapter 2. Chapter 2 is about basic analysis and demand and supply. Kapag sinabing market, ito yung lugar na kung saan nagkikita yung mga buyers and sellers. Demand. Kapag sinabi naman demand, ito ay bilang ng goods or service that people are ready to buy. Demand schedule is a table that shows relationship of prices and specific quantities demands are each of this price. Demand curve. Ang demand curve, doon mo makikita yung line na kung saan kapag tumaas yung demand, bababa ang price. Pero kapag bumaba naman ang price, tataas ang demand. Ito yung mga pwedeng dahilan kung bakit magbabago yung demand curve. Una is taste preference, pangalawa is change in income, occasional or seasonal products, population change, substitute goods, expectation of future price. Ang expectation future price ay nangyari kapag ang isang negosyante ay nagtago ng product para ibenta kapag tumaas na ang price. Ang nangyari kasi kapag nagtago ka ng product, nagkukulang ang supply na magiging dahilan ng pagtaas ng price. Next is change in quantity demand versus change in demand. Ang change of quantity demand is a situation that change from the one point to another point na nagiging resulta ng pagtaas ng price. Ang change of demand naman ay ang pag-shift ng curve line from right to left na nagiging resulta ng pagtaas at pagbaba ng demand. The next is supply. Supply is the quantity of goods or service that firms are ready or willing to sell at the given price within the period of time. Other factors being held constant. Next is price control. Ang price control is a given by the government minimum and maximum price of the product. There have a two, ceiling price and floor price. Ang ceiling price is the legal maximum imposed by the government. At ang floor price naman is a legal minimum price imposed by the government. Let's proceed to the chapter 3. The chapter 3 is about concept of elasticity. Elasticity of demand have a three. This is a price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, and cross elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand is the responsiveness of the consumer demand change in price of goods sold. Elasticity of demand is the responsiveness of the consumer's demand change in their income. Cross elasticity of demand is the responsiveness of demand for a certain good in a relation to change in price of the related goods. Ang formula sa elasticity ay change in quantity demand divided by change in price. Para malaman kung anong klaseng elasticity ang magiging sagot sa formula na ibinigay, kapag greater than ang lobas, tawag doon is elastic. Kapag less than naman ang lobas, tawag doon ang inelastic. At kapag lobas naman doon ay equal, tawag naman doon ay unitary. Okay, let's proceed to the topic in chapter 4. Is consumer choice and utility maximization. Consumer. What is consumer? Consumer is one who demand the goods and service. Consumer behavior. Kapag sinabing consumer behavior, it involves the use of disposal products as well as the study of how they are purchased. Maslow hierarchy needs identify the basic priority of every consumer. The 5 Maslow hierarchy of needs is psychological needs, security needs or safety needs, social needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization. Ang psychological needs ay mga basic needs na kailangan natin i-sustain ng ating katawan katulad ng food, water, warm shelter, sex, and sleep. Safety needs. Ito ay kailangan natin para maging ligtas tayo sa pamamahakan at takot na mawalan ng pagkain at matitirahan. Social needs. Kailangan natin na maasama, magmamahal sa atin, mag-aalaga, tatanggap at uunawa sa pamilya natin. Kaibigan na handang tanggapin tayo na handang tanggapin ng iba. STEAM needs. Ang STEAM needs. Kahalagahan nito ay pinapaliwanag na importante ang self-esteem, recognition, status of an individual at ang kahalagahan ng pagtanggap ng komunidad bilang isang individual. Self-actualization, ipinapaliwanag nito ang kahalagahan ng self-development, growth, and realization, and achievement. Next is the utility theory. It refers to the satisfaction or pressure that an individual or consumer gets that a consumption of a good that service he or she purchase. Chapter 5. Chapter 5 is about theory of film, production, and cost. Short run versus long run. The production inputs are classified into the main types. Fixed input. Fixed input is any resource that quantity of resource that cannot be readily to be changed when a condition indicates that change in output is desirable. For example, factory, building equipment, or other capital used in production. Ang example ng fixed inputs, for example, nagkaroon ng occasion, kunyari, Christmas season. Kapag tuwing nagkaroon ng Christmas season, siyempre may pagbabago. So, sa fixed input kasi, hindi nila pwedeng baguhin yun. For example, di makabayad agad yun. So, pag natapos agad yung season na yun, so, gagawa sila ng bago. So, hindi madaling baguhin yung mga nagawang na fixed input kagaya ng buildings, transactions, and other equipments. Next is variable input. Conversely, the long run is the period of time so long that all inputs are considered as variable cost. Ang sample ng variable input is example nun is yung mga kagaya ng tabuan. Sa tabuan kasi, di ba, tuwing may events, kunyari, Christmas season, andyan sila, lumilitaw sila. Tapos pag natapos na may season na yun, mabilis na sila nakakahawa compare sa kagaya ng fixed input na kapag nagtayo sila ng building, hindi kagad yun mabilis tanggalin agad. Chapter 6. Chapter 6 is about labor market. Wage in a perfect competition. Labor market equilibrium. Kapag sinabing labor market equilibrium, ito ay nakabase sa wage and performance ng isang nagtatrabaho. Ang wage ay nakabase rin sa iyong trabaho at nakadepende rin sa klase ng trabaho. For example, ang wage ng isang office clerk ay nakabase sa trabaho at performance niya pero nasa minimum wage pa rin siya. Compare sa isang mechanical engineer, samantalang konti lang ang trabaho niya pero konti lang din ang performance niya pero mataas pa ang wage niya. At dahil ito ay may kinalaman sa klase ng trabaho niya. Chapter 7 is about interest, rent, and profit. Interest is the monetary change for borrowing money generally exposed as the percentage such as an annual percentage rate or APR. Interest rate may be earned by the lender for use of their funds or paid by the borrowers for their use of those funds. May dalawang klaseng interest. Ang una is nominal rate. Ang pangalawa naman is real interest rate. Ang nominal interest rate is the rate that determined by the supply and demand in the market of loanable funds. Ang real interest rate naman ay may 7% tulad ng loanable funds na may kita sa mga bank. Funds na nakikita sa mga bank. Ang real interest rate naman is the nominal rate adjusted for inflation. Real interest rate naman is may 3% interest rate. For example, kapag humiram ka ng pera, mayroon yung 3% interest every month or depende sa inyong klase ng kasunduan. Para makuha ang real interest rate is nominal rate minus expected inflation rate. Ang pinagkaiba ng nominal rate sa real interest rate, ang nominal rate ay isang beses lang ang interest. At ang real interest rate naman ay may interest depende sa inyong kasunduan. Example, by monthly, by 60, or by 2 months. Yun lang. Chapter 8 is about market structures. There are already 4 market structures. This is oligopoly, monopoly, perfect competition, and monopolistic. The difference of oligopoly, Monopoly, perfect competition, and monopolistic. Oligopoly is the number of sellers is few sellers. The monopoly is a single sellers. Perfect competition is have a many of firms, and monopolistic is have a many of firms. Chapter 9 is about market failure and government intervention. Topic is moral hazard. Moral hazard is occurs when a party with a superior inflation alters his behavior, his own behavior to gain benefits of him or himself while imposing cost on inferior information. For example, nagahan ka ng sakyan para mapag-practice ka mag-drive at aksidente mo nagasgasan yung sasakyan at dahil nagpa-practice ka pa lang. Makukonsider yun as a moral hazard dahil nag-gain ka ng benefits dahil alam mo na yun na pwede ka ma-aksidente, maging magkamali, ganito, ganyan. Na kahit isa lang aksidente dahil nagpa-practice ka pa lang.